Hey, hello. What's up everyone? In this video I'm going to teach you about Ketu in the fourth house of D9 Navamshat. So before beginning, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and click the button, and if you have any doubt after watching this video, please mention it in my below comment section, okay? So let's begin. So mainly, what do you mean by Navamshat or the D9 chart? See, Navamshat or D9 chart is the second most important chart after your birth chart. It is mainly seen for your strengths of your planet. It is also seen for your married life, how it will be, whether it will be very good or bad. It is also seen for your relationship between you and your spouse, how it will be, whether it will be very good or bad, and also marital life. So it mainly gets activated of your second half of your life, that is after 33 years or 36 years of age, or after your married life. So these are all the things the mainly Navam chart or the teenage chart is mainly seen for. Now coming to the strengths of your planet. Let's say for example if any planet is debilitated in your birth chart. Let's say for example if Sun is debilitated in your birth chart and that planet Sun is been exalted in your Navam chart or the teenage chart. That shows that that planet Sun has gained extra strength or extra power. Now coming to the married life or relationship between you and your spouse. See, every individual division chart including the main birth chart has its own Karaka planet or the significant planet. So let's say for example in your birth chart, Sun is the Karaka planet or the significant planet, right? Likewise in your Navam chart or the teenage chart, Venus is the Karaka planet or the significant planet. So Venus should be in an exalted sign, Murtikon sign, own sign, or in a friendly sign. So that shows that your married life and your relationship between you and your spouse will be very good. Now coming to the fourth house of teenage Navam chart. So fourth house of teenage Navam chart represents your actually your private environment after your married life, how it will be, whether it will be very good or bad, and your it shows your home environment also. Now it also shows your private talks between you and your spouse after your married life. So these are all the things the fourth house of teenage now set also represents. Now it also represents your mainly your inner peace or mental peace, whether you get very good inner peace or mental peace or not can be seen to the fourth house of teenage Navam chart. Now it can be also seen for whether you will be living in this in your own country or whether you live in faraway places like foreign countries, and can be seen to the fourth house of teenage Navam chart also, that is after your married life. Now what does planet Ketu represent? Planet Ketu represents is actually it's a planet which represents moksha or liberation. It also represents spiritual things. It also represents occult science, mysticism and all. It also represents your actual separation, living far away from places, like living in isolated places and all. So these are all things mainly the Ketu in the fourth house of teenage Navam chart represents. Now Ketu planet is actually mainly a shadow planet, right? Now what happens when Ketu, that is the shadow planet, placed in the fourth house of teenage Navam chart represents? See, when Ketu is placed in the fourth house of teenage Navam chart, one thing that you need to note here is that Rahu will be placed in the 10th house of teenage Navam chart. That shows that your career will be very good, irrespective of the zodiac sign, of course. See, when you are checking about Rahu and Ketu, check the dispositor of Rahu Ketu where it is placed. Now let's say for example if Ketu is placed in the Aries zodiac sign in the fourth house of teenage Navam chart. Check the condition of Mars, because the ruling planet for Aries zodiac sign is Mars, right? So where check the condition of Mars, where Mars is placed. If Mars is placed very well, that shows that Ketu will give very beautiful results in the fourth house of teenage Navam chart during its dasa. So check the dispositor condition, then you need to predict these results. Now Ketu in the fourth house of D9 now chart mainly actually gives person interest towards the spiritual things. So person will be interested towards spiritual things like yoga, meditation and all. So in order to get mental peace, the person need to do these things, spiritual things and all, like yoga and meditation. Then only the person will get inner peace or mental peace. Now it also shows that the person wants to live far away from his or her home or homeland country, like living in a foreign countries, living in an isolated place. The person loves to live in an isolated place. Now coming to the conjunction of planets. Now what happens when Ketu is conjunct with different planets like benefic planets and malefic planets? Now, what happens when Ketu is conjunct benefic planets like Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter? That shows that in order to get a mental peace, the person need to concentrate more and more about spiritual things only. Now, let's say for example, if Ketu and Moon are conjuncted towards each other. Now, what does planet Moon represents? Moon represents your mother. Moon represents your happiness, right? Is the significator for your mother and happiness. Now, what happens when Ketu and Moon are conjuncted towards each other in the fourth house of teenage now chart? The first thing you need to note here is Moon gets Digbala strength here, but it is afflicted. Fourth house also afflicted. That shows that there will be some problem with your mother, like health problem, health issues, situation problems, and all. Now, for you, it shows that maybe you get happiness when you live far away from your homeland and live in an isolated place. You'll get very good happiness. Through learning spiritualism, through learning occultism, mysticism, you'll get very good happiness. So these are all the things when Ketu and Moon are conjuncted towards each other in the fourth house of teenage Navamsha represents. Now, what happens when Ketu is conjuncted with planet Venus? Now, what does planet Venus represent? Venus represents love. Venus represents your spouse. Venus represents marriage. Venus represents actually materialistic things. Now, what happens when Ketu and Venus are conjuncted towards each other? That shows that you don't love your spouse that much after your married life, and or your spouse may not love towards you. It also shows that means you need to check the dispositive sign also. If it is placed very well, then your spouse loves you very much. Now, if Ketu and Venus are conjuncted towards each other, that shows that you may not be interested towards the materialistic things after your married life. You may be interested towards the spiritual things only. Now, what happens when Ketu is conjuncted with planet Jupiter? That shows that after your married life, you may be interested towards learning more and more about deep subjects like astrology, like palmistry and all. So these are all things you may be interested. And what happens when Ketu is conjunct planet Mercury? That shows that you may be very good at speaking, but not inside your home, because there may be some misunderstanding happening through your communication. Because Ketu represents separation, detachment from that particular things. Mercury represents communication and all. So you may be having some communication problem inside your home. Now, what happens when Ketu is connected to malefic planets like Sun, Mars, and Saturn? That shows that the person will, in order to get a mental peace or inner peace, person need to go struggle, need to face some problems in order to get mental peace or inner peace. There will be some person will come disturb to you in your present life. Now, let's say for example, if Ketu is connected to planet Sun, that shows that after your married life, if you are living inside your home, in your motherland, in your country, that shows that there will be some person will coming disturbing you, or if any something will be coming and disturbing you, whether you will be doing some homework in your home or something. If you are doing some work in your home, someone will come and disturb you, that for sure. But when Ketu and Sun are conjected, it also shows if you live in a foreign places, you get very good name and fame in the foreign countries. Now, what happens when Ketu is conjunct planet Mars? That shows that uh, in your home, you'll actually speak very bad languages and all. You'll actually scold your spouse and all, or you can scold if any family members. So these are all the things it may happen when Ketu and Mars are conjected towards each other in the fourth house of teenage Navamsha chart. Now, what happens when Ketu is conjunct to planet Saturn? That shows that after your married life, you'll be having very big responsibility, but you may fail taking that responsibilities and all, and you'll be very lazy person after your married life. Or if you are not lazy, but still it makes that planet makes you become lazy during that Mahadasha or Antardasha of that particular planet, that is the Ketu and Saturn planet. Now, see, actually, Ketu and Saturn is very bad to have in the fourth house, irrespective of the zodiac sign. Let's say, for example, if it is placed in Capricorn or Aquarius, it proves you very good by giving you very good name inside your own country after your married life. So these are all the things that are mainly analyzed when Ketu is sitting in the fourth house of teenage Navamsha chart. So if you are new to my channel, please subscribe below, or else I'll see you in the next video, that is the divisional chart series. So until and unless if you want any consultancy, please to contact to my given below WhatsApp number, or else you can even mail me also. So this is it. Thank you. Bye bye. Love you. Take care.